It's started.
Yes.
So if I go to the server and the database, I created this DTDB02 again. I just created this one. I deleted that DTDB dial tone recovery, the older one. Here it is, DTDB02. Earlier it was DTDB01. I just deleted that. I pushed the user back to the DB01, and then I deleted that old DB01 dial tone recovery database, and I created the new one. This is the new one. So right now all the users are inside the DB0. Also, I would like to tell you there one thing. If you have, for an example, if I have this Exchange as a standard version of Exchange, and here we have 4 database, and if we already have the 5 database completed, we cannot do the we cannot create that dial tone database. Getting my point? If you are full with your database, you cannot create that dial tone database because you already have, for example, if we have DB01, DB02, up to 5 database we have, and now we need that dial tone database, and you are on the standard version of Exchange, you cannot create this dial tone database because the limit is completed for the maximum number of database. If you are on the enterprise, you have 100 mailbox database there, and you want the dial tone database after that, so you cannot create that because 100 are limit, like you are completed with the limit. But you can create the recovery database. The last what we did yesterday, that can be created. For example, if you have a completed 5 database in a standard Exchange, still you can create that recovery database, because recovery database you cannot see that here, and it is special for the recovery purpose. But the dial tone database can be seen here, and it's a database that can be used in the production. But the recovery database cannot be used in the production. That is especially designed for the backups and recovery. Most of the time it is related to the recovery, but here you can mount this and you can quickly use that in the production. So it is considered as an additional database. That means if you are completed with 5, can't create this one. If you are on the 4 database, you can do that. As we have only 3, and so that we can create it this one. As we are on the evaluation version, so we can create I think more than 10, up to 100 we can create. But once the license is expired, like 180 days expired, it will say activate it either with the standard or enterprise. If I put the enterprise key there, it will allow me to create the 100 databases. If the key will be for the standard version, it will allow me only to create that 5 databases. So the key decides that how many database can be you can create, because key decide that it's a enterprise or the standard. So I just created this one, and I mounted the it's dismounted. So let's try to repeat the process yesterday. What was happening yesterday, there was something missing. I think I even didn't find the cause for that. I just delete it, and I am just trying to do that again, because I have never seen that even, because when we do and rehome the things, it usually comes up. Maybe the cause is that we did that everything on this machine. So the database was created on this machine and inside the C drive. Here it was inside this drive, Dalton database, and we ran the another command from the another Exchange. Might be there is a difference with that, or it can be the cause of the problem, but I'm not sure that that is the exact problem. So let's try to do that again. If I see this get mailbox database DB01,
सर
we have
आपकी
this.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर।
अभी भी नहीं आ रही?
अब आ रही है।
So you can see all these users are in their DB01. So let's try to rehome them. I will run this get mailbox database DB01 and set the mailbox to the DB02. Then dismount the database. It says something like rehoming mailbox. This to database is the operation will only be modify the mailbox active directory configuration. Be aware that the current mailbox content will become inaccessible to the user. I say okay, yes, and now it will ask for other user as well. All the users it will ask like it is asking for the discovery mailbox. If I say yes, and it's asking for the tech one default is yes. If I say click on A and I hit enter, so it will do that for every user. It's done. If we see here now, get mailbox database pt pt pt. This was the command yesterday was not done. So now I think all the users have been rehomed to this DB02. And let's try to uh, mount this database that is DB02. It seems to be mounted now. Let me refresh it. It's mounted. Anybody yesterday the people were those who are facing the issue with this DB01, you can say Kabir, Kadir. Kadir, can you log in because it's you are in the DB01.
Let me check it.
And also let's try to log in with the username with Jack here. And now it will be like the mailbox will be empty for these users because this is an empty database. We don't have a backup there. So if it get logged in without any error, that means we will have a empty database, and but we can quickly uh, send and receive the email. Okay, today we are logged in successfully. So here you can see we have a Jack mailbox and this mailbox is empty. But if you send and receive, if somebody will send me the message, I will receive it. But there will be the difference, like we will receive email here and we were having our old emails to that inside that DB01. So
Yeah.
once you go back, once the DB01 is
Working.
up, it's working.
Yeah, for me it's working, but there is no such emails found here. All emails are missing.
Yeah, that's the reason
Same here.
what I'm saying. You will not see the message there because why you will not see the message? We have imported a new database, new database. The DB01 here you can see earlier the user were inside this DB01. There we have EDB files for these users and the logs. So what we did here, try to understand this. We say get mailbox from the DB01 and set the database to the DTDB02. So now they don't have their log file and EDB there. There is a fresh empty database that is DTDB01. This is a fresh and empty database. And we say all the mailboxes from the DB01 rehoming them to the DTDB02. So now they are inside the DTDB02. So they are there, but their old data will not be there because we have a fresh EDB file and the log file will be fresh EDB and log file will be there. So old emails will not be there. As the same, what we have inside this Jack mailbox, we have it's a fresh email. So this is why it is like that because if your company cannot bear that downtime, like you say, okay, it will take 1 hour for me to restore the DB01 from the backup. If you say, and company say, no, we are on the peak time and we are receiving some order. We were supposed to receive 20 to 30 mails that are very important from the client side and we can't go down at this time. So what you can do, you can for the particularly department or for the particularly database, you can uh, create this dial tone and rehome all those users to that database. They will get the blank mailbox. They will be able to log in. See, if there is a failure and you don't do this, the user is not able to log into his email on the user will not be able to log on to his mailbox and there will be the error. But this makes the surety like you will be able to log into the mailbox. And if you receive any email from the outside, for example, you receive any order, you will receive that. If you want to send and reply to the email, you can do that. But the difference is that now you will receive some emails here, and the older database, that is DB01, there there we have some emails, and now new mails are there. So there will be difference between the mails, like new mails are there in this database, and some of the mails are there. So when you put back to the, for an example, we did that, and now our mailbox becomes live. This database becomes live. I say, okay, now what we can do, we are good. We restore this database from the backup, and this is mounted. Okay, we say it is restored from the backup and it is mounted. So let's do one thing, rehome them back. So if you rehome them back, you can do that. Once you rehome them back, you will lose these emails, the new emails what we have received here after the dial tone database. You will not see those emails. So in that case, you have to merge it. You have to merge the mailbox. Same way, the same way we can do as we did the yesterday. We did the recovery for Jack mailbox from the recovery database. We put the mails to the mailbox. Same way, you have to check the video like how we did that, and you have to do the same as a recovery for this user to merge the mailbox to the to inside this mailbox. Let's try to put them back. Let's see if I can directly run this command and if it goes through without dismounting anything, if it can work. I'm not dismounting database and nothing. I'm just trying to do this. What I'm doing here now, I'm saying get mailbox database DTDB02, set mailbox database to the DB01. I'm saying go back, all the user go back to my DB01. I'm rehoming them. That means I'm connecting them with the my old database. So this way they will be connected to the old database, because we make the data DB01 up now and we want to connect them back.
So can we transfer all the data from the one database to another database?
Yes, you can do that. Move mail request, the recovery of the
So
last day we do
may
the recovery.
move request is the different. I'm saying can we merge or move all the database files from the another database?
Database file cannot be merged to the another database.
Oh, okay.
Database you can't merge. You can't do that. Mount creates mount get
So which
mailbox.
situation we will perform task like that? For example, you have rehome the all the users from the DB01 to DTDB02. So
Hmm.
what kind of situation in the corporate field
The
would
situation
you?
is that, for example, why we did that. For example, if you let me first let me try to refresh it and let's see if we get back to our DB01. If we are back to the DB01, we will have our old emails there. We will have the old emails back, and it may take some time even. See here, this is the same user, that is Jack.
Yeah.
Here, I mean to say, when you will do that, for example, you are not able to access this mailbox. The database for this user is this. The database for this user is DB01. If you go to the
Okay.
that Java user, this is the DB01. If all
Mhm.
the users, they having the database DB01, if DB01 got corrupted or something happens to the DB01, so do you think that all user will get this? They will not be able to log into their mailbox, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So why we are doing that? I say that wait until you back up from your until what you can do, even you can delete that database and you can restore it from the backup. So every time as we have a backup of this, that means if we go to the DB01 and if we see the size of this DB01, it is only 384 MB. But do you
Mhm.
think that in your company it will be one 384 MB or 2 GB or 1 GB? It can be like 100 GB, or it can be 200
Yeah,
GB,
yeah, it
300
will be in the
GB,
TV.
or it could be in a 1 TB. So
Yeah.
you say I will restore it from the backup. So the restoring process of the backup process, when you do that, it will take time. So might be say a big file, a 1 TB file. It say like, okay, it will take 6 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, or maybe 8 hours. So it will take time. So that means till the time, at that time, like till the time, all the users mailboxes inside the DB01, they will not be able to log in because the DB01 is not available. But your boss says that in the 8 hours we will there is a complete day, like the total shift is for the 10 hours, and if we are down on the DB01 for complete 8 hours or 6 hours, we might be losing the business for today, and maybe your business for a day is it can be like more than 10 to $20,000. Big company have more than this. So you, in order to prevent that loss, like 10 to $20,000 loss, you say the boss says that can you make something like we can receive new emails, or we can send some new emails, because some of the very important emails has to be received on this database and these users, and I have some task to where we have to send some important meetings and the orders or whatever you have. There's some important thing we have to do that. So what you can do, you can create a dial tone database as we did, rehome all the users inside the DB01, rehome all those users to the dial tone. So what will they will get? Still they will get they will not get the old emails, but still they will get the blank this. They will get this blank inbox, and with the blank inbox, it it will be there, like all the functionality is enabled on that box. That means if you send the email, you can send the email, you can receive the email. Send and receiving of the email is working on that box. That means you can, only the drawback is that you can't see your old emails, but you can send and receive your the new emails. Only that is the benefit of this. And if you can bear with this time, the like how the time of the recovery of the time for the database 01, if you can wait, you don't create that dial tone database or put the user and rehome them there. You can ignore it. But in the case of urgency, we need that, like all the data, all the mailbox should be live at the time, so that just we want to send and receive the email. At that time you can use that dial tone thing. But the thing to consider here is that now we have two copies. So same way what we did in the last video, like the recovery of a mailbox, where I deleted all the mails from that user. So consider it the same way, like the now the there is the mails, and consider that all the mail are deleted, same way we did yesterday. And then we created the recovery database, and then from there, from the recovery DB, we fetch the email and put that into the user jack. Same way in this scenario, you have to fetch the mailbox from the dial tone from the dial tone mailbox, and then put that into the this mailbox. So we have already we have that old emails, and if you put that emails to this, you will also have some new emails there. And this is to prevent that loss. Like in this way, you will not lose even a single email. So this is the dial tone database. Or if you have some kind of confusion with this dial tone recovery, I would suggest you to go for some additional reading on this dial tone recovery, because it has different method how you can recover it. The main part is that you have to understand that recovery DB, what we did yesterday, that recovery database. Because if we can recover emails from recovery database, and we can put that emails to that particular user where the emails are lost, same way we have to do in this way as well. for this database dial tone recovery as well, we have to do the same. I hope you are getting what I mean to say, like there will be the
Yeah, I
difference
got
and
it.
we have to merge the file.
Basically, dial tone is a newly created separate database. There is no such data related to previous or existing database, right? This is
Yeah, no,
completely
no,
new
yeah,
created.
yeah. It's a completely empty database, you can say.
Yeah, got it.
It's a completely empty database
So
which
we can
provide,
put any name. So we can put not even the DTDB. We can put
no,
any
no,
name,
yeah,
right?
it's your choice. It's your
Okay.
choice.
So this is
You
just a
can,
naming convention. Okay.
it's a naming convention for, according to me, like I said, dial tone, that is DT, that dial
Yeah,
tone
yeah, yeah.
database DB02. So this is a
Okay.
name and it should be different from that. This DB02 was there. So I say DB02, but the dial tone. So it's a naming convention I made. You can make, according to your choice, you can say dial tone. You can put the exact name there, dial tone database. That will be fine. But actually, when we are, I'm putting that because like DB01, DB02, because due to that's are a small name, and I will identify with this DB01 and with the other. For example, you say dial tone database or this. So while typing the command and where you want to put that database, you have to put all the complete name like dial tone database for sales. So it's a long and while typing in the PowerShell, if while typing, if you there is any typo mistake, so the command can fail. And most of the time, like even if you know the good typing, you can mistype something. There can be the typo error. So to avoid that thing, I used to keep that simple, like DB01, DB02, DB03. That's the way. So we did that and we made it back to our thing. So this is how we were doing. So any confusion you were saying yesterday, Kadir and Shehzad. Shehzad was just I think he was confused with that server recovery. So is it clear or you have some doubt still with
No, sir.
that
It's
server
clear,
recovery?
sir. It's an empty
No,
database. We can merge this database here in the Dalton database.
Yeah, for that to make to get comfortable for that, uh, try to see that yesterday class how we did that database with the help of recovery DB. We did that recovery. So try to check that and even I say practice that thing. So it will make you like more clear. If you do that 3 or 4 times, I think you will get to know that what we are doing here.
Yes, yes, sir.
And same way, if you have this like you did this recovery, even you have to remove that recovery as well. For example, if you see the like, let me see this. We see run this. We ran the recovery yesterday, but I think we didn't remove the recovery database. We have still it is there.
Friends, want to level up your IT career with exclusive Exchange server and hybrid training? Join my YouTube membership for exclusive step by step training, real world migration labs, and insider tips you won't find anywhere else. Explore the complete playlist for Exchange Microsoft courseware, where you will get the step by step Exchange Server 2019-2025 training, hybrid Exchange plus Microsoft 365 deep dives, advanced migration guides and real world lab, members only question and answer, and early access content, and many more new content to come. See the serious members taking the benefit of course content and leveling up their IT career. Playlist and membership link is available in the description. So select the membership and join now to start mastering Exchange like pro.
I say get mailbox request. This was the request yesterday we and it say it is completed. So once the request is completed, we have to remove that request. And in order to remove that, I will say get mailbox restore request, name of the request, and I will remove that. So yes, I want to remove that request. Now we can dismount the database and we can delete that thing. See get restore request. So once the request has been removed, now we can like dismount the database, that is recovery DB. We can dismount the database, and once the recovery DB is dismounted, you can remove this RDB and RDB logs from here, or this is a backup and we restored it from backup. It's good. Like either you can just copy it from here and copy it on your external drive and put the date, like on which date this backup is good for, because sometime it is needed. Like if again the same day something happened, you don't have to restore the thing on the back, restore the backup and then again create these folder. So it is good that you can save this for the like from save it from the date. It can be like a snapshot for the particular date.
So I have one question. So let's suppose one of the windows got corrupt, right? Because of the C drive and all, and the database were there in the different drive, and physically it is also in the different. So can we dismount the physical hard drive and then put in the new machine and then mount it in the exchange? So does it work?
You mean to say you have a physical server and
Mhm.
the two drives were there for the database, but
Mhm.
the unfortunately you lost the operating system, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So the in case of losing the operating system, because the operating system has the configuration, because only the your other drives like D or E drive, those are having your database, but
Yeah.
the exchange binaries are there in the C drive. So all the configuration of the exchange is inside the
C
C
drive.
drive.
Oh, okay.
So in that scenario, you will consider it as a server loss.
Okay.
You will
Got it.
consider it as a server failure,
Mhm.
not the
So
database failure, but the server failure.
server
So,
failure. Okay.
so in that case, what you can do, preserve those drives, like for the data, preserve those drive, recover the server. Same with the command we have checked, like by the recover switch, M recover switch, recover the server, and then hook the drives back to the server. And I hope it will work.
Okay. So what kind of configuration of the exchange server exists in the C drive?
See, the exchange, for example, you install your application, like you install the antivirus Norton. Okay. So Norton is inside the program files.
So
You
no,
have that in the
Norton is a different third party. No, I'm asking about the exchange.
yeah. The same way what we did here. If you see the screen now here,
Mm-hmm.
as the program files, we have other programs. We have
Mm-hmm.
this same program files,
Mm-hmm.
and we have Microsoft, and
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft Exchange is there, and this is in the C drive. So all these things we have and the configured, like client access is there, configuration is there, front end, remote script. So these are the binaries of Exchange which are installed on this location. This is the C program files, Microsoft Exchange server. Though there are other programs as well in the C in this location, like you can say UCMA. Same way it goes with the Exchange also. Exchange is also a software you are installing on the machine. And if you can see this app wiz.cpn, there you will see the exchange installation, because you can consider it as a third party software. Same way, just we have a Google, Microsoft Edge. Same way we have Microsoft Exchange 2019, this one. So if
Okay.
C drive fails, this
Mm-hmm.
is inside the C drive. This is all
Mm-hmm.
inside the C drive. You only have data inside E or F. So why we are doing this? Because we say that okay, if something happens to the C drive and a complete server is lost, still we protect the data from E and F. For example, now think it as we have a C drive here, we have an exchange installed on the C drive, and we have data and log also in the C drive.
Mm-hmm.
Now you
Okay.
lost the exchange, and now, for example, something happens to the C drive. In that scenario, you will lose the exchange, lose the complete configuration, and even you will lose the data.
Okay.
But in this case, we have the separate drive, so we will lose the exchange server, but the data is still there. So in that scenario, we can recover the Exchange server and we can use this existing data to mount our database back. So we will not lose anything.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Any other question?
No, so far so good.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fine. So I think now we are completed on this recovery part. Recovery part seems to be completed. And now we can jump to the another module. And the another one is, let me check that. 7 modules are completed, and the 9th one is, no, 8th one, sorry. Configuring and managing message transport. So let me give you the overview of this transport thing. Up to here, if you know other things, like many other things can be done by watching, reading the stuff. But see, recovery and client access, high availability is something you have to do from your end to make to get the expertise on, and it is good like to what we did there by practical. But most of the other thing can be even done on the like by watching the videos and reading the things. Let me play a video for that. It's a, shall I play it? Everyone is ready?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. Transport service.
Welcome to Exchange Server Administration, Module 8, Configuring and Managing Message Transport.
Getting
Message
the
transport
voice?
is a
Everyone is getting voice?
Getting voice, it was
Yes.
writing
Yes, yes.
something.
Okay.
functionality in my message transport. Message transport is a functionality in Microsoft Exchange Server that is responsible for moving messages from one place to another. And in order to implement and manage Exchange Server transport, you need to understand the overall process used by message transport and how to troubleshoot it. So to configure the message transport, you must know how to configure the accepted domain, send connector, and receive connectors. You should also be aware of how message moderation and message journaling can be used. And finally, to control message flow, you can implement transport rule and data loss prevention policies. So let's see what are the message transport components. The process and components that Exchange Server uses to provide message routing is referred to as the transport pipeline. Therefore, the transport pipeline has multiple services, queues, and connectors that perform the specific roles within the transport pipeline. And all of the components work together to provide the message routing. So let's see the message transport services. We have a front-end transport service, we have a transport service, and inside the mailbox transport service, we have a two other window service, that is mailbox transport submission service and mailbox transport delivery service. Let's have an overview of these services. If you see the picture, you can see the front-end transport service on the Exchange mailbox server. This is the front-end transport service. You can see the transport service and then mailbox transport service. Let me try to break this picture according to the service. So
Basically, the main thing is there. You are not going to see most of the part there, but it's a overview like how the things are working. Because in this front end transport service, you receive the message like any of the message they are receiving on this front end transport service. And this front end transport service is not directly connected to the mailbox databases. It is not directly connected because see, you are receiving anonymous email on this front end transport service on the port 25, and it accept many of the emails, like it accept all the emails from any other mailbox server. So it is accepting here, and then what it is doing in the transport server, it is proxying to it, and it say okay, check it. It's not directly putting it into the database. It's saying handle the, it is going to say like, okay, now the transport service, you handle the thing, because I am the front end transport service, I just receive the thing. Now you handle the thing accordingly. And in the transport service, when the message comes to this transport service, at this end we have some like categorization. Here the message is checked for the things, and the rules are applied on the message from here, and then they submit it to the mailbox transport service. And inside the mailbox transport service we also have two things like mailbox transport submission and mailbox transport delivery. So this has a store driver delivery mailbox delivery agent, and it has mailbox assistant up selector. These are something like we are not going to deal in real life, but you can just understand the things like on the front end transport service we are receiving the mails, then it's not directly going to the database. We have these all the walls between database and the front end transport. Because for example, if we have a rule on the transport service, we have a rule created here and we say, okay, the mail from this email address, delete it. It will be deleted and it will not be received to the mailbox database. If the mails are safe, it will be deleted. You can put the rules and all according to that in the transport service. So let me play it again.
Let's discuss first the front-end transport service. Front-end transport service. This service proxies all inbound SMTP traffic from outside the exchange organization to the transport service. And the front-end transport service does not perform any message processing or queuing. You have the option to use the front-end transport service as a proxy to outbound mail messages too. Let's see the transport service. This service is responsible for message categorization and content inspection. For an example, you have a mail and you have applied a rule that you have to block such kind of mails. So this content inspection and categorization will be done on the transport service. The transport service delivers SMTP message to other mailbox server, the mailbox transport service, or externally. Now comes the mailbox transport service. This is a logical service and is responsible for message delivery to and from mailbox database. And RPC is used, like remote procedure call is used for communication with the mailbox database. And the mailbox transport service has two window service, that is mailbox transport submission service and the mailbox transport delivery service. If we talk about the submission service, this is responsible for the retrieving messages from the outbox folder in mailboxes and delivering the message to the transport service. And if we see the mailbox transport delivery service, this service is responsible for accepting messages from the transport service and delivering them to the mailbox database. And also, the transport services use SMTP to send and receive the messages. The SMTP send component in one transport service deliver message to the SMTP receive component in another transport service. Let us also see the troubleshooting tools we have for the SMTP message delivery. Most of the time, the SMTP message flow happens automatically without the errors. However, when error occurs, Exchange Server provides a variety of tools and commandlet that you can use for the troubleshooting purpose. If there is a delivery error, troubleshooting tools display error information that you can use to help determine why the delivery error is occurring. The tool we have is QViewer. QViewer is a tool that is included in the Exchange toolbox, which is installed on each and every Exchange server, and it is a graphical tool that you can use to see the message queues and their content on a specific server. Delivery reports. It is a graphical tool that you can use to see the message queues and their content on a specific server.
Here, this is the tool, QViewer. Let's also see inside our Exchange. You can find this tool here, Exchange Toolbox. So every Exchange server has this toolbox, and when you send a mail, like you can see, if the email is not going through, you will have this message here, like error communicating with target host. The error is this unable to connect, socket error. So every time if you face any problem, like you say the mails are not going through, you can troubleshoot it with the Q viewer. And here you have that graphical interface, and it will show you like what is the error, and according to the error you can identify the reason, like which which things we are failing on. Same way, if we go here, we have these tools here. The detailed template editor, remote connectivity analyzer. This is a tool with the Microsoft, and this is the native tool from the Exchange. If I double click on it, you can open it. So this is the basically I'm just showing you that how you can check it and how you can open this tool. From here you can open. It's taking a bit time. You can see this is the tool. So whenever you will send any email, for example, if I try to send an email to the, I am logging with the administrator, and let's try to send an email to, say, info@techijack.com. info@techijack.com. Test email website. I'm sending this email from the administrator at techijack.com saying test mail outside. I will click on send. So it is sent from the here. It is sent. Let's see what we have here. And right now we don't have any that send connector. I believe we will get an error from that we don't have any. We are not getting anything here. Maybe due to we don't have that send connector created, because if you see here on the Exchange, the mail flow, send connector, please check your internet connection. We don't have any send connector. So we send the email, but it's not showing in the queue. It should show here, but I think it will show only if once we have that. Okay, I got it. It took some time, so we can check this without the send connector as well. Though we don't have the send connector configured here, but it's trying to send an email and it says the ready status, and I sent it from the administrator. This is the message, and here it says matching connector. It says matching connector cannot be found to route the external recipient. Do you see this message? Can you able to see this small message?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So SMTP default E01 QID unreachable. It took some time, but it came into the message. So it confirms that either you have a message created or not. You will see this thing here. Like if you have created that the send connector or not. We don't have any send connector, but still we will see the we can see the email here. And let's if I send an email to, so it is indicating the problem here, like a matching connector cannot be found. That means it's saying you identify your send connector because I can't find the matching connector. So this confirms that, okay, there is a problem with something like send connector and it cannot found the connector to the route the external email. So we will check our send connector too, so that we can find that. And the same thing, we can also use it with the help of this command prompt as well. If we see the get queues here, is this the correct spelling? Unreachable, the one message count, and it's unreachable domain. So you have to.
I tried to send one of the email to gmail.domain. That's why.
You try to send it.
Yeah. So I guess the second one is that.
This one,
Unreachable domain. Yeah, I use the gmail.com.
Yeah, it's not leaving the organization.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's showing you the bit of the troubleshooting. You can find that okay, what is happening here, and even if you did that on the Gmail, I think it will show here as well. It will come here as well.
Yeah,
By
it will take some time to reflect it.
It takes some time, as we saw that like it was taking some time. And here you can see the shadow redundancy message count too. So it's saying next hop domain is EX02 shadow redundancy deliver. So whenever we are sending the message here, kadir@techicheck.net, this was the message. You send it to the another
Yeah.
server. So here it's a you can even suspend or remove with the NDR, remove without NDR. There will be some message sent to the user, and it will be removed from the queue. So even you can also see this queue while if everything is working fine, you can see this queue as well, and you can see this queue like how many emails are going and coming outside and inside. Now you can see this say that there. It's again trying to redeliver it. So it's show you from here like which subject of the email, test email outside, from address is this, and the source address was this techicheck.com, and the reason the matching connector cannot be found to route the external email. So and we know that this is the issue because we don't have that external connector configured right now. So you can suspend it, or you can say remove without NDR or remove with NDR. We suspend. It will send a non-delivery report like to the user like your message was not sent. And once I did that, send the delivery report, I got the message delivery has failed to this recipient, and this was the recipient info@techicheck.com. The recipient email system isn't accepting message. Please try resending your message later or contact the recipient directly. Remote server return this message deleted by administrator. So once you do that, send the NDR report, the user will be notified like your email was not sent. The delivery has been failed. So this is the way you
So
can
the NDR will come to the user automatically.
automatic.
And for from the NDR we can trace that why the mail is not delivered.
Yeah, somehow you can see even not the NDR, but here you can see that from here like what the message we were getting.
Their server is
There was the message
rejected.
that there was a message like you don't have a send connector, so you will identify it from here that oh there is not a send connector is not there, so we have to create that send connector so that we can resolve this issue. From the NDR it will say some message like delivery has it has its own language like the delivery has been not for an example it says here it says recipient email isn't accepting message now, though it was not able to connect to the recipient like
Email
server. Please try resending your message later or contact the recipient directly. So it's kind of a misleading message, you can say. uh, you will say here if you read this recipient email is you will say oh your server is not accepting my message, or contact the recipient directly. So it's none of the like it's nothing has to do with this recipient can't do anything in this case. This is from the internal error. So you have to contact to your administrator. Okay, I'm getting this. So administrator will come to know oh there is a issue with something like that. So it will check the queue, and it is better to check the queue because once you check the queue, it will here it was showing you that the we don't have a send connector to route the email to the external domain, and that was our right thing. That was the thing what we were like, we know that we don't have that send connector, and it was giving us a proper error message. And sometimes it is also confusing, like it will give you the proper error message and you may not try to fix that. So you have to do some extra work with the Google and all these things. For example, here we have last error. Here we don't have the error. Let's see. It was sending to this. You were trying to send it for 3 users, right, Kadir?
Yes.
So here, though we didn't know that
ये
you
कहाँ पे
try
था
to
सर?
send.
ये कहाँ पे था?
ये एक्चुअली आप जब ये देखेंगे, ये हमारे पास यहाँ पर क्यू है, आप देख रहे हो, ये है एक तो DB01 की, ये कहाँ कहाँ भेज रहा है, नेक्स्ट हॉप, मतलब इसका नेक्स्ट हॉप ये रहा। और
ओके
ये एक शैडो रिडंडेंसी भी भेज रहा है, वन मैसेज काउंट, ये शैडो रिडंडेंसी के पास भी भेज रहा है, क्योंकि मैसेज अभी ट्रांजिट में है, गया नहीं है।
ओके
ट्रांजिट में जब भी होता है तो एक कॉपी शैडो रिडंडेंसी के पास भी होती है, जो कि हमारा यहाँ पर EX02 है, जबकि हमारे पास यहाँ पर डैग डू कॉन्फ़िगर नहीं है। तो मेक श्योर दैट डैग हो कॉन्फ़िगर चाहे ना हो, शैडो रिडंडेंसी अगर आपके पास नेक्स्ट सर्वर है, वो वन कॉपी देख रहे हो, मैसेज काउंट वन, एक कॉपी इसने वहां भी भेजी है। वहां इसलिए भेजी है, जब तक इसको नहीं पता चलेगा कि हाँ भाई ये डिलीवर हो गया है, जब ये पता चलेगा डिलीवर हो गया है, ये 2 दिन के बाद फिर अपनी क्यू उसको खत्म करता रहता है। ठीक
अच्छा
है, ये हो गया शैडो रिडंडेंसी का ऑप्शन, जो कि हमने EX01 से भेजा, तो EX02 के पास ये है। अब क्यों हम बोल रहे हैं कि शैडो रिडंडेंसी 2 के पास है, क्योंकि हमारा जो डेटाबेस है वो अभी सारे के सारे डेटाबेस EX01 के पास है। ऑल द डेटाबेस लाइंग इनसाइड द EX01, and we are trying to send an email from EX01. So the next hop for the shadow redundancy is EX02. So either you have configured the DAG or not, you will the shadow redundancy will be the next server on the same Active Directory site. So that's a message count it is putting here, because message is not delivered, it is in a transit.
यस सर।
और वो कहाँ से देखा, वो यहाँ से देखा कि इसके अंदर एक मैसेज क्यू है। देखो यहाँ पर वन मैसेज काउंट दिखा रहा है, इसको मैंने डबल क्लिक करके खोला और यहाँ पर ये बता रहा है दिस इज द मैसेज काउंट। लास्ट एरर तो इसमें अभी ये शायद नहीं दिखा रहा, रिफ्रेश इट हियर, लास्ट एरर नहीं दिखाएगा, बट ट्राई टू से, अब मैं यहाँ से इसे रिमूव विदाउट NDR करूंगा, तो इफ आई डू दैट विदाउट NDR, no delivery report message will be sent to the user. So remove with NDR will send the message, remove without NDR will not send the message.
So what happened if the emails get delivered to the user inbox? Still we were able to suspend from here?
If the email is get delivered, it will be removed from here. The queue will be emptied. Queue will it will not restore it in a queue anymore. Once it is delivered, this message, if this message is delivered, it will be like removed from the queue afterwards.
Okay. Oh, this is just a queue, not a message trace. Okay.
Yeah, if I double click here on this, now the Cesar, this is the point of yours where I get that. I double click on this.
Okay, sir. Yes.
So now I get to know, like, recipient was Jack at techijack.net, vikas.techijack.net, and the local route at this Gmail. So the user was trying to send to these emails from the source IP of our exchange was this 105, and there was a address is this. So let me cancel it out, and if I say suspend, the action will affect all item on this page. To expand scope of this action include this expand the, let's say, okay, suspend it. It's suspended. I say remove with NDR. It will remove it. So you can troubleshoot it here. Like if somebody says like my mail is not sent, now we removed it, so shadow redundancy also removed. So now there is no message. You can check this, like which email are getting stuck, or for what reasons. So this is the tool we have that in the Exchange. Okay.
So
Let's
sir, we can also through header analyzer, right? Message
Header
header.
analyzer is something like when you receive the email, then only you will get the header analyzer. If you receive
Sir,
that email, for
if
example,
your
Sir,
if I
message is
receive,
great,
uh,
for example.
NDR you receive, from that NDR we can get the header.
no, that should not work exactly because you need that proper email. Because see, if I get this proper
No,
email
if the
from
message is in the, for example, not delivered in the somewhere in the outbox or something.
the correct and connect analyzer, you get from here. Like okay, we get this like message detail where it is. You see the view message detail or where it was. This is the one I think. Here you get the message details. So here it will show you that details. If the message is delivered successfully, you can check the which path the message has followed. That is for the to check like which path this message came from, like which
No,
route this message
I'm
followed.
saying that if the message in the outbox
Hmm?
it's not delivered, so
Yeah,
can we check header for that out in the outbox?
no, you cannot check the header for that outbox because it is not delivered somewhere. The message once the message is completely delivered, you can check the route for that message. But a message is in an outbox, that means it hasn't leave your organization and it hasn't sent somewhere. So it will give you incomplete report if you do check that.
Oops.
So let me play it again.
You can use to see the message queues and their content on a specific server. Delivery reports. You can use the delivery reports in Exchange Admin Center to follow the message delivery path. And the delivery report basically provide the information about the path a message has taken through the Exchange organization and whether it was delivered or not. And even the users can also view the delivery reports for messages that they have sent or received. Message tracking. Message tracking is a tool which provides the much more detailed information about messages, detailed information about message delivery than the delivery reports. And each server maintains its own set of message tracking logs and that are retained by default for the 30 days with a maximum size of 1 gigabyte. And these log contains detailed information about how messages were processed on the local server. And there is no graphical tool for viewing the message tracking. Instead, you have to use the get message tracking log commandlet. And the next one is protocol logging. You can enable protocol logging on SMTP send and SMTP receive connectors to log the activity of each connector. These logs show the SMTP command sent between the source and destination and the IP address of the source and destination. And protocol logs are very useful for identifying why connectivity is failing and for verifying that the host is communicating with the correct connector or not. And the default location for the protocol log is C program files, Microsoft Exchange Server, transport roles, logs, and protocol logs. And the next one is Telnet. You can use the Telnet client to connect directly to the server running the Exchange server. And this allow you to verify that the server is allowing connection on port 25 for SMTP deliveries. After you are connected, you can type SMTP commands to perform the delivery of a simple messages. And in some cases, you may get more detailed error information for troubleshooting by using this method. And the another tool is Remote Connectivity Analyzer website. Microsoft provides the Remote Connectivity Analyzer website for troubleshooting Exchange connectivity issues. And this website allows you to test inbound, outbound, internet mail flow with your Exchange organization, and it provides the detailed reports on the process. And the next one is back pressure. Exchange Server monitors the resources used for message transport and throttles resource usage to ensure that the system remains functional. And when the back pressure starts limiting resources usage, you will see the symptoms such as a slow message delivery or incoming messages being blocked. And the best way to avoid the back pressure is to ensure that the Exchange server has the necessary amount of system resources, including memory and the disk space. You can verify that back pressure is throttling resources usage by looking for events in the application log that have the event source, MS Exchange transport, and the event category resource manager. I hope you understand the message transport services and the troubleshooting tools for SMTP we have in the Exchange server. So let's meet in the next video. Maximize it. So the other option we have in this server is delivery report. If I say search it on user check, search for message sent to. If you want to check like for a particular user to which this user has sent email to, you can select that criteria, search for the message received from, or you can select this option received from. For example, I say I received from administrator, or the second one what I received from Kader, or these two have sent me the mail. So I will say add them. Administrator. It seems like adding only one at a time rather than, and even you can put the search as well, like for these word of subject or lines. Let's try to search it. If I see that it didn't give us any date or something, so it will search all the message sent by the Kadir. Can we not summarize it? So here we have the details, like this was the message and this the subject. You can see the subject here and the send time. This was on 23, this was on 22, 21, and the older messages are there. If you click on detail, you will get the detailed report for this delivery report. You will see it was from Kadir Ansari to Jack, sent on this date, the time, delivery report for Jack, submitted on this, the message was submitted to Exchange 02, pending message was received by Exchange 1 from Exchange 2. So the message has been transferred from EX01 to EX02. This is kind of a like path, what path it followed. It was like it was submitted on EX02, and now at the time of 8 on the 21st of August at this time 10 to 4 p.m. it was pending on Exchange 01, submitted from EX02. It was pending on EX01 at this time. Message was received by EX01 from EX02. Okay, from here it was received by the EX01 from EX02, and after that the message has been transferred from EX01 to EX02, delivered this time, and the message was successfully delivered. So this is the track we can track how the message was done. If you want to email this report, you can send email to you can use this like email this report, and it will email to admin or what.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for example, on the pending section, there is message was received by EX01 and from EX02, right?
Yeah.
So the techijack.net is this is the name of the domain. It's picked from there. So from where it's picked from EX02 on EX01. From where this name is picking.
EX01
Why
and
it's not
EX02.
picked the database is not name is not mentioned here. It's mentioned the server name. So from where its name is picking.
It is picking it from the our internal network, because our both the server we are having EX01 as a server name of our EX0. You see that?
So somewhere it should be mentioned, right? If we can check the name of the host of the exchange.
Yeah, it is there in the DNS itself. It is there in the DNS.
Oh, DNS, okay.
But there it is in the DNS. We have record like every email we connect with mail.techijack.net. The server behind there is EX01 and EX02. EX01 is the name of our
EX01 server that you can
So
see
basically, full name is
ex01.techi.com.
picking from the exchange. Okay, got it.
Yeah, this is the name we have in the DNS. So it's playing the DNS plays a very important role here because it not communicate with that EX01. We are into the domain like with the Active Directory. It will communicate with the DNS with the help of this EX01, EX02. So another exchange we have that EX02. That is our different exchange. That is our
Yeah, basically
EX02.
it's picking the exchange server name, right?
Yeah, it is picking the exchange server name. It does not pick the name of the database.
Yeah,
It's
got it.
picking the server name on this server because you can assume here like we have the database perfectly working fine in this condition, and we have only the server here. The server can be like EX01, EX02. So what happens whenever you send the message, the messages are traveled between the each other like the for example, you send a message from EX01, it might transfer it to EX02 and then it say okay, send it. For example, if I have a send connector on EX02, I don't have any send connector on EX01. This is the case where you use from where you use these things. I mean to say these are the cases like for example, you want to say only the one exchange will be there that will be sending the email to the outside. So to particularly that exchange, because right now if you say EX01 and EX02, we don't have any send connector. But if we plan our third exchange server and we will say only this third exchange will be able to send the email to the outside, so we will create a send connector on that. But the user on the EX01, EX02 or EX03, whenever they will send the mail to the outside domain, they will be going from EX01 to EX03 or EX02 to EX03. Finally, the email has to reach to the EX03 to go outside. If the email has to go outside the organization to the external domain, email has to be routed on the EX03, then only it can send it to the outside. And up and inside EX01, EX02, they will communicate accordingly. Oh, the mail is for the Gmail. That means send connector is configured on EX03. Okay, route it to the EX03. This is how what is happening here in the pending state. The message was received by EX01 from EX02. So now the message has been transferred from EX01. The message was received by EX01 from EX02. The message was submitted from EX02, but you can see it was submitted on the EX02. Message was received by EX01 from EX02. So EX02 send the message to EX01 and then EX01 process the message. Message has been transferred from EX01 to EX02 delivered. So this process the message like EX01 process the message. This is something happening at the background. But if you want to check it with the delivery report, you have an option to granularly thing in the like बारीकी से अगर आपको और देखना है तो आप यहाँ देख सकते हो कि what happens while traveling the mail in the while mail was in the transit, what was the picture happening in the background. This is the
So
more detailed view.
yeah. So from
and
where,
and for
which
every
that,
email you are not going to see this for every mail you
yeah.
are not going to see this, but for in case you need and you want to see that there is an option available so you can see it from here. Any question? You are saying something?
Yeah, I just wanted to know where the Qadir Ansari hosted and where the Jack is hosted. Is it Exchange 1 or 2? So I can see it submitted to
See,
first mess.
See, Kadir, if you see here, like either you are on a DB01, DB02, DB03, either you are on a exchange 1, 2, 3, any of the exchange.
Mhm.
Don't consider it as like you are in a different servers. Consider it as a one organization because exchange itself are talking to each other. And if you are on the server one, for an example, at this time all the users are inside the EX01, but still the shadow copy is going to the EX02. If I create a send connector on EX02, not on the EX01, all the users are lying inside the EX01, but the send connector is on the EX02. all the mail will be routed from EX01 to, it will go to the EX02, and then EX02 will perform the email sending to the outside.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, I can read the message in the first section. It is saying submitted to EX01, and the second line saying received by 2. That means travel 1 to 2, and then transferred from the 02, and then received by 01. So all are a mix. It look like sent from 1 to 1.
Yeah,
If I go in this
it's
way,
a picture.
both are
Like
both the
don't think it.
mailbox hosted on
Don't,
the exchange
yeah,
1.
yeah. Don't think it like at this way. Like your mailbox is hosted on a second exchange, so it will deliver from exchange 1 to 2.
Okay.
It will do that. It will do that. It will deliver it from exchange 1 to 2, from exchange 1 to exchange 2. But basically, it happens like it does not show you the database. Database is lying on exchange 2, for example. So it will do the something back, and this thing will go automatically. It will handle something automatically, like where it has to deliver the email.
Hmm.
So
So
Don't
it
get
means it
that
will count the routing, yani hop count
hope,
from one
yeah,
server. Hop.
yeah, correct. So database is not coming into this picture. If the database highlight the Microsoft, so
I
it
think
will be
it's
easier to hack by the user to hack
No
the database,
database.
right?
See,
only counting
see
the
database. You do. It
endpoints.
is not. It
Yeah,
is
it's
not.
just a endpoint. Yeah, and hope we can say. Yeah.
And here, if you see here, this is the report from same. I think what you did here. We did. This is the 21. Okay, this is 21, and you did the. This is 21, and this is what 22. Now, what happened here? In this case, you can see the message was submitted on EX02. It was pending and received by EX02 from EX02. The message has been transferred from EX02 to EX02. There is no role of EX01 here. You check this report. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I was just speaking on the mute. Sorry.
Yeah. So there we don't have any EX01 in the picture. Though you are in the mailbox DB01, and DB01 is on. If we say today is 21 and 23, that was on lying on EX02, might be on EX01. So if it is, don't connect it with the that way, like where the mail box is residing, because it can be on a bag, and they can be switched from one to second, second to one. So they can be like in any of the server. But what the message followed here, path, what path message followed, you can check it from here. So here the EX01 is not in the picture. EX02, 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 and delivered successfully with the EX02.
Okay.
Same here. So this is how you can check with this delivery report.
Okay.
I think it's not a big science to search thing, because you can even search for message sent to, message received from, or if you want to search any particular criteria, say I say test 3, or let's see, search it.
No, we have to specify the user as well. Received from or received one of the emails we have to provide.
Look at Gadir itself. You can see the test 3 was the search criteria. It picked it. So it seems to be working on a perfect way.
More
No problem.
precise way.
So here you can see the delivery reports, and you can adjust it according to your choice, like what you want to search. Got the point?
Yes, I got it.
And the next option we have, if I say, for example, if I on this, I'm closing this one. May take some resources of our server. get messaging, message tracking log, recipient, Techi Jack dot net should be there. Event ID delivered. So I hope it will show me the message what are delivered by this user. These are the only the which are delivered. This was the, I think it's a subject, and was the it's a, it is the subject. This is the email, and the came from email is this, and the receive email was on this. And this thing, what you can do, this thing you can export on the other way, like it's not completely, you cannot see the things completely. So you can, what you can do, you can export it to the CSV, or even you can export it to the HTML as well. I think Kadir know how we can do that. Do you know, Kadir, how you can do that, like with the exporting to the CSV or
Yeah.
other?
So yeah, press up arrow key in the keyboard, in the PowerShell command. Press up arrow key. Yeah, pipeline and export CSV -CSV. You can use the tab as well.
Okay,
Space.
export CSV, and I say,
Yes.
okay, let's go to C.
Yeah, in the location. Yeah.
Logs.
Yeah, anything you can put. Yeah.
There should
And
be the folder, or it can do that without folder. Like create a folder there inside the C drive.
Yeah, you can. If you do not want to create, even it will save in the root location where the cursor is blinking like system32. So just remove everything and press dot slash that file name
No
and then
problem.
CSV.
Let me create that folder. It will be moving.
And hyphen. Yeah.
Let me create the log folder. And you are really good at with the PowerShell, I think. I should learn it from you.
No, sir. So actually the name should be correct. There you have put it log. Here you are putting logs. Yeah.
You given the name logs.
Yeah. And space, type something, one more things.
Space.
No, not here. Go to end of the line. Space hyphen in no type information in IT.
Okay.
It's taking. Yeah. Yeah, this is correct one.
So it is.
What is not installed here? That's why.
Let me paste it here, and I will open it from here. Here you can see we have that more details.
Yes.
I go
So,
and see here.
Custom data is there.
System
Yes.
data means what?
Custom data should be the attribute here, one of the headers, which collect the very important information of the message trace. I guess it's not there. It should be on the online.
System data and the
Yes.
header, if you see here, system data.
Custom data, custom data.
It's not there.
Not there. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. You can see the sender. You can see the things here. Message subject, sender, direction incoming, originating. So you can take good reporting things from here. What is happening in the background?
Yeah. Custom data, actually its name here, message info, I guess, instead of custom data.
Message info.
Info, yeah, message info over there. I seen it.
This was the.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the information. So
yeah. So what you do with this information, like with Exchange Online? Because here, is it readable on any other format or any tool?
no, this is the readable format.
This is the readable format.
Yeah, this is the only we can terminate where the colon is, semicolon is there. You can put the notepad.
Okay, but I say this is the way you can check it, and at the time, like what you want to see, you can see here with the reports.
Yeah.
So this is the tool. I just want to show you that this is the tool available with this exchange. That one there was a queue viewer, and another here it was this message tracking log, and you can run it on any particular this user. And if you see here, there will be logs inside the C drive. We have the path for this message tracking log, and that can be find inside the C drive and inside the Exchange folder. If you go to the program files, Microsoft files, Microsoft Exchange server 315 transport and logs. Here we have message tracking. Sometime it is also helpful. You can check with these log as well. How to read them, I don't know. How to read these because the unreadable format, maybe there are tool or something what, but if you can check with these IDs, it can show you some clue. There would be something like what, or you need some practice to see what, how we can read this. So the field which are we can check like let's say IP, client, host name, server IP, host, and something we have these additional thing which is not a human readable format. So there would be something else to check that. But still we are getting when we extract in the this way, we can filter it out with the delivered or failure, or in the like you can say failed email can be filter out, deliver email can be filter out, and you can I mean to say like you can put the switch here and you can get that particular result, and that can be exported to the CSV or HTML file to get the better look. I hope you get the point.
Yeah, I get it.
And even like for example, you can type it with the different search way. Like if, for example, I say if I have any mail or message with the subject that is test email. So here it says we have that much of email. I just search it with the like get message tracking log message subject that has a subject as test email. So it was saying that sent from Kadir to Vikas. The subject message was test email. It was received by this Govin. Recipient was the Kadir, and sent by the Govin. The message was reply on the test email. So it is useful to troubleshoot the things like where the mails are going and from which user to which user we can receive. These are the delivery from Kadir to this Raj and Vikas. The test only the it will pick up the result for the test email, and it's showing you the result. So main thing is to show you that you can get the logs here, so that in case of somebody is trying to say, oh, I didn't do that. Okay, I say you say, okay, I will check the log. You say the log, okay, I get this message on the this date. I say the Linus sent this to sender was the Linus, recipient was the Kali, and this is the test email. I got it. So you can say like if you see this email, that means no one can ignore it because our exchange has a log for that. That means this report can be exported and that can be shown to like management or anyone that yes, this mail was sent by the this user. You may minimize it. So you have to search more, like you have to do some more readings on this, like how you can, how many filters you can put there, because there might be a lot of way to fetch the report. We may not be discussing each and every, but I just show you that how we can do that. It is possible to take the report in a different way. So see what is remaining in this module. So we have seen the delivery board. Let's see the one more thing. Let's talk about these send and receive connectors. I'm playing a video there
Oops.
for SMTP send and receive connectors.
Welcome to Exchange Server Administration. What is an SMTP connector? SMTP connector defines setting for inbound and outbound SMTP connections. Inbound SMTP connections are controlled by the receive connectors, whereas outbound SMTP connections are controlled by the send connectors. And you can manage SMTP connector in the Exchange Admin Center or through the Exchange Management Shell.
One biggest confusion here is what most of the people know that we can use the send connector to send the message, right?
Yes.
Please acknowledge me because we may get more clear on the things. This is a send connector, and SMTP is something which is used by the send connector to the send, and SMTP has a default port on 25. Send connector uses that. We don't have that right now. Send connector uses the send connector to send the email with the help of SMTP on port 25. But these are the receive connector we have, and these are the 5 default receive connector you will see inside the exchange. They also need the SMTP 25 connection, port 25, and they also receive it on the port 25 from the another server. For example, if you have a kadir.com as a domain of your, and you send an email to Techi Jack at techijack.net, at that time you will use the send connector to send the message. The like 25 port will be used to send the message from the kadir.com. But here in the receive connector, the client, the front end server, that is a default front end, this one. For example, if I check this, the port should be the 25. This is the 25. Okay, this is the default front end. And if you see the security, you can see anonymous users are there. Exchange users are there, legacy exchange and anonymous user. That means this can accept, and the security means TLS should be there, basic authentication should be there, but the still the anonymous user can send the message. That means it
We
can
don't need to add the domain here, like send the receive connector, other domain.
no, because the domain is here. Domain is here. We have already when we install the exchange, we put the our domain here. It picked it from the Active Directory site, and it picked our domain. And
I
additionally,
mean
we
the
also.
other domain, external domain.
You mean to say external domain? No, we are just receiving it. I say the kadir.com send an email to Jack. Okay, kadir.com, the other server, will be using this send connector. We don't have the send connector right now.
No, send connector is from the other side.
Yeah. Assume that kadir.com has a send connector configured, and he sent an email to Jack at techijack.net, or he sent a message to Sayyid at techijack.net. So Kadir server will be using this send connector to send the message outside on the port 25, and this server, our server, will receive that message on port 25 on this default front end. So it is needed for sending as well and receiving as well. So port 25 is misconfused. So like it is confused sometime. People say, no, we need send connector here only. Only it is used to send the connection. But it received the connection from here as well. That's why it has the port 25 here in the scoping. You can see port 25. It works on the port 25. And it is a receive connector. You can see here it's a receive connector. Receive connector also working on the port 25. That is the default port for the SMTP. Getting confused or
No,
really?
I am saying that anonymous, if the anonymous is not checked,
If anonymous is not checked, then there will be problem. Like if anonymous is not checked, there has to be, because we are planning it for every. We are accepting the mail from every domain. So here we have to set that as anonymous.
But sometime I think we use receive connector. We put the
IP.
any other domain. Yes.
Yeah, that
Like,
is that is different thing. We use that for, like, for an example, you want to create a partner connector to deliver to
yeah,
the
partner
partner.
email.
Yeah, at that time you will create that connector, and that will be responsible to deliver or accept the connection from your another exchange server, that is your partner, because you are trusting it. And you can even set the IP as well there. Like you can put the IP, like this IP can, we can accept the connection from particularly this IP. So that are the custom connector you can create. You can, because we have an option here, like we can create the connector here, and we have option like there is a custom connector that is for application relay, or the internal intranet, or for the internet, from the internet. For example, to receive email from internet. Partner, this is the one you are talking about, and the other one as well. So we have all these type of connectors, and they have a different use of these connectors.
Okay, default options is for only exchange organization within exchange
Yes, default
organization.
default means, yes, if we are ready to accept the, for an example, if you do not configure any of the receive connector here, we will be able to receive the email with the help of these five connector which are there in the default. Is it fine? The point I was just trying to make you point on, like I mean to say, the front end also use the port 25. That means don't think like sometimes people just only think that SMTP is used to send the emails and it is only used on this connector. But for example, if I create a send connector and I send email, the send connector will be used on port 25. It will send the message, but on the another side of the exchange, it will receive it all on the default front end. So port 25 should be forwarded to that their exchange server, or it should be proxied to their exchange server with the help of firewall or any router.
Actually,
It is,
see, when there is a POP and the SMTP, then that is why the like before the, for the receiving or retrieving email, they use the POP and send like SMTP for the outside. So now now the things are changed actually. It's more, but actually these servers like before in the previous exchange is all the like hub transport server. There are physical servers
Mhm.
uh, like front end transport server. All the roles actually these roles are now merged in the
Yeah, they are inside
one.
the one server now. They are inside the one server. The client access is also there. There we have a transport there. We have the mailbox role is there. So all three or four roles are merged in the same exchange. There is a hub transport at that time. We are talking about the 2010. There were the hub transport. There is a different server for the client access. There
Yeah,
is a different server, and for the mailbox there is a different. But
yes,
now
yes,
here we have all the roles there inside. If you want to receive, because you don't know like from where the how the message is coming from the other server. So that's why we have this default front end, and we have anonymous check there. We can receive that, and still there is anonymous, but still there is a security on that. There should be like TLS offer, basic authentication, so it should be like TLS, but if it would be something, and still before that we are going to scan our message. But here say who is allowed to connect with this server. So we say the exchange server and anonymous user, because if we want to accept the Gmail email, for example, so we have to allow it somewhere like, okay, and we have to accept email for from any of the domain. So we have to allow somewhere that anonymous kind of thing. So once we
mm,
allow that anonymous, then we will be able to receive the email from the another domain as well. And if we say restrict it on, if we restrict it on that, okay, we don't want to receive it from any other domain, so there will be a issue. For example, if you see this client front end, it has a something different role. It does not accept. I say that I told you that at that time when I was showing that picture, the default front end accept any connection from anywhere, but it is not directly communicating with the it's not putting the mails in the mailbox. After that, it will be communicated with the transport service, and then the rules and inspection will be done there. If something found harmful, it will block or reject or delete the things, and if everything is clean, it can allow it. And even if you see the client front end here, it should not be the scope. Like, this is the default setting Microsoft give us. It does not have that anonymous setting enabled. We have that on enabled on that default front end. And if we go to this one proxy one, client proxy exchange, if you see this one as well, it will also not have that scoping security. It is also not having that anonymous client front end, default front end. So here you can see all the other does not have that thing. Only the default front end has that anonymous thing enabled, because it accepts the connection from there, and then it proxy it. So other connector does not have that enabled. So this is the responsible connector from connecting from the outside domain. It will accept it, and then it will say how to process it. Then the transport service will detect the things, and it will check like it is secured, it is TLS there or not. If you say, okay, don't accept the TLS, without TLS, it may reject it. But here it has to be on the anonymous, because if it is not in the anonymous, you may have a problem by receiving the emails. Here it is enabled on only the default front end.
So let's move to the server and have a look on SMTP connectors. So now we are on our Exchange server. If I go to the Exchange Admin Center, here you can see we have a receive connectors. Receive connectors are required to allow a mailbox server to receive SMTP messages, and the receive connectors are used to receive messages from the other Exchange organization through edge transport servers, application servers, POP, that is Post Office Protocol, Internet Message Access Protocol, that is IMAP, and the external mail server. And each receive connector has some settings. So let's have a look on those settings. If I go to the properties of this receive connector, inside the general, we have a name and the version of this, and the connector status is enabled. If you see here the protocol logging level, none or verbose. This setting allow you to enable or disable the protocol logging for this receive connector, and the default is none. And you also have a maximum receive message size. This defines the maximum message size that can be transported over this receive connector. By default, it is 36 MB. And if we go to the security option, you can see we have authentication. This defines the authentication type that can be used with the connector, such as TLS, basic authentication, or integrated Windows authentication. And you can see the permission groups. This defines who is allowed to communicate by using this receive connector. For example, you can allow Exchange users or anonymous users. And if you go to the scoping option, we have a remote network setting. Remote network setting define the IP address that are allowed to communicate by using this receive connector. This is the IP version 4. You can edit from here. And you can see the network adapter bindings as well. This defines the local IP address and the port number that the connector listen on for the connection. So you will find these settings with all the 5 connectors, and by default there are the 5 receive connectors. You can see the default forefront and the name of the server. If we see the option here, you can see the port 25 is there. This connector accepts connection from the SMTP senders over port 25, and this is the common messaging entry point into the Exchange organization. And this connector also accepts non-authenticated like anonymous connection and has a front-end transport role. Default receive connector. This works on the port 2525.
Can you please stop here?
Scoping,
I
you can
want
see the
to
port is
clear one thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is IP. This is mentioned from any to any, right?
Yeah.
Default route. It's mentioned
On
the default.
this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this IP. I mean, this IP,
Yeah.
IP version 4.
Yeah.
We can specify the I mean, specific IP, right? Here.
No. On the default front end, it
So
should be
why?
from
What
any
is the
end.
edit button here?
You can do that. You can do that, but you have in order to do that, you have to create a new one if you want to do that custom rule. Because if you say here like remote network receive mail from server that have these remote IP address. If you read this receive mail from servers that have these remote IP address. If you add the IP of any particular server, from that server only it will receive the email, else it will not receive email from any other server. For example, if you type here the Gmail IP address, we will receive the email from the Gmail IP address, but we will not receive it from any other IP, other domain like Yahoo, MSN. It will reject it. So the default front end is an entry point. It's an entry point of your server. It accepts all the messages, you can say. So that's why we have some
So
security.
we can define the custom front end, like we if we want to, for example.
Exactly. Yes. At the for that you have to create a custom receive connector, and you can receive from the particularly that IP.
Because sometime you receive the spam email. So some domain is sending the email. That's yani we can block those domain.
Yes. You can block because this is in the production. If you are into the production, this blockage and this all those things are not done on the exchange level. These are done on the gateway level, mail gateway level.
Yeah, mail gateway, yes. Because
Yeah,
mail
we are.
gateway, uh,
Yeah, mail
another
gateway
layer of
will protect you with this. Mail gateway will protect you with this thing. But still, if you don't want to use that mail gateway,
because
still there are some
small
things.
companies don't have mail gateway like because the big companies they have like hardware, but
There are
small
hardware, there are
companies.
third-party services, and there are like Proxmox kind
But
of
in the
thing that.
small companies, they don't spend money on these.
Yeah, at that time, see the if you want to receive it from all the for yeah, this can be the case. For example, I have one company, and they are saying that they are doing some banking sector work, and their bank says that you should receive email from this particular domain, and you can send the email for this particular domain. Rest, we don't want you to receive email from the Gmail, or we don't want you to send the email to the Gmail. So at that time, what we can do here, we can configure directly to the front end service. So what it will happen, like it will not receive email on this. Like whole of the exchange organization will discard the email from other domain, and only it will accept from the particular IP.
Yeah,
But
there
this is
is a
not.
use case for the hybrid, I think, kind of things. For example, you have Office 365 and you have
See,
Exchange.
I think you are getting confused with the relay connectors. At that time, you have to create the relay connectors, and the same thing you create that relay connectors, and you have to create that receive connector. You have to put that IP, and then you have to set that.
No,
And
I know that there is one company, they have like receiving, send and receive connectors like hybrid environment, like Office 365 and Exchange server. For internal, I mean internal communication, they use the on-prem Exchange server. For the external, they use the Office 365.
yeah, that can be possible. Like when you create the hybrid scenario, when you run the hybrid configuration wizard, that will create your these connectors automatically. That will create two connectors in the Exchange Online and one connector in your on premises. When you will send an connector, because there is a flow how you want to send the message. For example, if your a few of the users are online and some of the users are on premises, you say that when the on premises user sends an email, it should be going directly from my on premises, but the exchange online person is sending an email, it should go from the exchange online. So both the emails has different exit point. One is exiting, one is going outside from the Exchange Online, and another is going from the Exchange on premises. But if you want to centralize the things, you can say you can configure the connector between the Exchange Online and Exchange on premises, and you can say when the email is sent, go send it to the Exchange Online first, and then Exchange Online will send it to the other domain. So you can configure it accordingly, because connector point of, like, it's a email routing, how you want to route the emails, there you can route it. But for this default front end connector, if you want to accept email from all the domains, you should have your domain in the accepted domain, like your domain should be in the accepted domain, and the default front end connector should have that anonymous enabled. And rest we can see there are relay connectors. We will see that later, because once we will see that relay connector, I hope you will get some more clear picture on that, because at that time we will be doing relaying from the particularly IP. We will be allowing that particularly device or IP to do that. And later on, when we will do the migration, there we will see some other connectors as well. And while even when we will create a gateway, we will also create a mail gateway here. And when we will create a mail gateway, we will also create a receive connector. We will also create a send connector. So I think at that time it will be more clear to you guys that how we are creating these receive connector, for what they are using, for what we are using, for what purpose is using for this receive, and what purpose we are using the send connector. And when we will do that, I think at that time it will be more clear to you. Let me finish this video, and then we can wrap up.
Non-authenticated like anonymous connection and has a front-end transport role. Default receive connector. This works on the port 2525. If we go to the scoping, you can see the port is 2525, and this accept the authenticated connection from Mailbox server running the transport service and from the edge server also. And this connector has a hub transport role, and it accept connection on the port 2525. If we see this client forefront with the server name, if I go to the properties of this and let's check the scoping, here we have a port number 587. And this connector also accept the authenticated connection from clients such as Windows Mail for sending emails, and also listen on port 587. And this connector has a front-end transport role. If we check this one, client proxy server name. This connector accepts connection from front-end server, and it has a hub transport role, and it accepts the connection on port 465 and requires the authentication as well. And now this is the outbound proxy front end. This connector accepts the messages from a send connector on a backend server with the front end proxy enabled, and it accepts the connection on port 717. If we go and check for the send connector, by default there is no send connector created when you install the Exchange, and send connector are required for Exchange organization to deliver the message to other email system. Therefore, the message delivery within the Exchange organization is performed automatically without manually creating the send connector. This is required to send the message to the other email system, like outside your organization on the other domain. As we do not have a send connector, let's try to create this send connector. You can click on add. Let me type the name as outbound. And here you can choose the type of the connector, intranet email, partner, or the custom. So we are going to create it for the internet. We want to send message to the internet, and click on next. Here you can choose the setting. Either you want your connector to route the message through the MX record associated with the recipient domain, or you can route it with the smart host. If you click with the smart host, you have to add the entry of the smart host. So right now we are just going to create it with the MX record, and let's click on next. Here the address space is required, and we will click on add. We will type the star here. Star means that this Exchange server will be allowed to send email to any domain outside the organization. Now let's click on next, and we have to add the server here. We have a EX02 2019. So let me add this, and we'll click on OK and finish. Now our send connector has been created, and now our organization can send email outside the organization, such as Gmail, Yahoo, or MSN.com, etc. I hope now you know what are the receive connector and what are the send connector, and how we can create the send connector. So let's meet in a next video.
Okay.
I would also suggest you, because see, send connector is a simple thing. Send connector does not confuse you a lot. but the receive connector may confuse you. And while working with more and more with these receive connector, you may get the a good idea. Because why it is confusing? Because you don't have, every company don't have all the scenarios what we have in the receive connector. Suppose you are using the exchange in your organization, okay, the five connectors we have here, that is sufficient, and you say okay, fine. But if you go with the other organization, they are using the relay connectors, they are using their printer, they are using their application for the relaying the things, they are using the partner organization, they are using Office 365. So at that time you can say, okay, what is happening here? You may get confused. I'll try my best. What we will do, I will try, we will check with the relay connector as well, we will check the send connector as well, we will check the gateway connector, like connecting with the gateway. So up to the extent like what the 80% of organizations are using and they are doing, we will check it here. But still the 20% may be there, like we cannot do that because we don't have that much of system and resources created so that we can create, because they, it needs like 2 to 3 organization, 2 to 3 forests to work with different forest and accept with the partner domain and do that. Because we will be doing with the this relay connector, we will be doing with the gateway connector, we will be doing it with the Office 365. And I hope that is sufficient, and it will be like more than 85%. You will get the idea of the receive and send connector. Still 10% is always remaining for me as well, and for everyone that needs some additional reading to get more and more upgraded and to get more and more expertise on anything. I hope you are getting my point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So shall we wrap up, or you it's like
No.
almost
We
Sir,
wrap up.
Wrap up,
Yeah,
sir.
we can wrap up.
Yes, great.
okay. So no problem, we can end the class today and we will meet on Monday.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much.
All right, thank
And
you.
please
thank
share the
you.
video of the 15 and 16 as well.
Today I think today is 16.
Yes.
Yes, today is 16, yes.
Okay, okay.
And
Bus
then
just
one more is server recovery one as well.
Yes.
Ubuntu.
I gave you that in the morning.
No, that one is paid. You
That
share
Ubuntu
on the link.
Ubuntu installation. I gave you that Ubuntu installation. So what I
You
will
have
do, I
shared the link over the chat, and that's link redirecting to the YouTube, which is paid version.
no Ubuntu installation is not a paid version. It is free. Might be that server recovery is the paid version. What I will do it, I will open it for few days, 3 to 4 days.
Better to download and share with us over the OneDrive.
Yeah, it is
Google
there.
Drive.
It is there. See, if I share the recording for yesterday, it is there on the. We played that video there.
So these
Yesterday,
videos
right,
you
yeah.
are showing us, these are all videos, or maybe you have recorded in the past.
Yeah.
So you are following these videos content.
I'm getting confused. Somebody is speaking. Please say again. This is
I'm
Sayed.
saying that you are when you show us this video, and you are also following this video content, like you have already recorded.
See, some of them are recorded in past, like 2 to 3 years ago, and some of them are new, like they are been like they have been recorded within the a month, or there can be like there are in the mix match. Because when what I'm showing you there, it's I followed that. It is completed completely on the based of the Microsoft courseware, because it's like it has some bookish language as well, and it is like point to point from the Microsoft book.
I mean,
But when
Microsoft website, if you go to the Microsoft website, Learn Exchange, there will be some new topic, I think, additional for because now the new release of Exchange Server.
SE.
No, you will not see more than you will see most of the topic you will see we will be covering here, but the things like some new topic will be like extended protection, because at that time the extended protection was not there. So what I am including here, I am including the extended protection here, and we are including the upgradation, migration. Even the Microsoft book does not contain those content, and we are doing much more than that. Even Microsoft does not include that mail gateway kind of thing in their book. But I am trying to do that with the way of like in the production way. Though they are old videos, but I'm not following them. I'm just showing you them to see the things like theoretical part which I'm not reading before the class. I'm showing you that to just check with the theoretical part what Microsoft says, but we are doing it in a practical way. And only the few things will be there, like what Microsoft have updated since so far. Like if I know that that is extended protection, and if you go to the Microsoft site, most of the tasks you will see we are covering here.
Okay.
And even see there might be the book might have their limited content, or Microsoft might be doing more than the with the Office 365 and other things, and they are integrating it with the SharePoint, they are integrating it with the Teams. They might be having some more resources and more things on the website, but the book they have for this Exchange
So do we
administration.
have, sorry, cut you, do we have any topic to integration with the MS Team?
Microsoft Teams,
Yes.
it is not
So this,
included in the book, but what we can do when we will be there into the settings, like when we will be in the hybrid configuration and we have the migration there, we can try that.
yeah, because this is very, I see that mostly companies, they have Teams meeting and,
Yes.
they're using Teams for the scheduling meetings, for the,
They
you
are
know,
using Team as a hybrid thing, like they have a mailbox on premises and Exchange Teams on the cloud, because Teams does not have any version with the on premises kind of thing.
Yes.
So they
yeah,
are
yeah.
using
My
hybrid
case
thing, like,
also, I'm using the same. For Mailbox, we are using the on-prem. Team, we are using hybrid.
see, when we will be having that hybrid connection, we will be migrating the things, because Microsoft is keeps on changing these Entra ID, Active Directory, that Sync ID, and keeps on changing on to the Microsoft 365 and Azure. So I might have been done the last migration, I think 7 to 8 months ago, and before that I did a lot of migration, but the last migration was I think 7 to 8 months ago. So might be there are some changes we have they have done. So we will see that once we will have the hybrid configuration, we can do more practical. If you are agree, we can do some more practical. If you say let's go and try to configure the Teams there, we can try to configure the Teams as well, no problem. I will also come to know, because I haven't configured that team earlier, to be honestly. I did
Yeah,
migration, I
sir,
did
I
migration.
saw one video that you integrated this team on-prem in Mailbox. How to integrate this? I saw your video.
I have that video. I just used that because one of my client, I did the recovery for that client, and after that he told me that I want to use it as a this way. So he says me like, can you give me something good idea for that? I created that video for him, and I just launched that video. I thought that this might be like useful for other people as well, how they can integrate it. So I did that for that user, and I uploaded it on the YouTube, and that was useful for him and other users as well, and he was able to successfully do the integration with the Teams.
Yes.
So I didn't do that, but I'm saying that once we have that configuration, uh, we can try that, no problem. Either we get failed on that, or either we get passed on that, no problem. But even I will go and read some
good articles for that, the Microsoft things, and we will do that. But book does not have that integration included. Book does not have the migration included. Book does not have a decommissioning included. But I am planning it to even to completely
Decommission
migrate
also.
to the exchange, and I will show the video for the decommission as well. The videos there are uh, some of the videos, the complete exchange course book is past, like it is like 2 or 3 years ago. But that thing is keeps on updating. Like we once I found that okay, we can decommission the thing, I create some new video and I launch it. So I have the complete playlist. Along with the course, I have some additional videos as well. So you can say the we are following the book, but we are also getting more than the book.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will also helpful for you, even if you can
Yeah,
do
of course,
video
because
conferencing.
every time you do and repeat the things, it make you more and more upgraded and more expert even.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
And even I would also like to learn, like if we see and say we did integrated that teams, I would also say we have a working environment. We have already configured our this hybrid setup. If you have some idea for any other thing, let's do that. We will do that. Even I am planning for the IMAP migration as well, and I will be trying to show you that with the live migration of mytechijack.com. That's the IMAP migration. So whatever we can cover, we are trying to do that. But it should be like if you give if you guys give me the proper time, 3 hours a day, it would be like we would have explored more.
3 hours.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
sir.
you guys are less on time, because see, if you want to learn something, anyhow you have to give the time, because
Yes, sir.
without, if you say I don't want to
See,
give the time and I
there
want to
is
learn things, so it will be difficult.
there is another company when I was searching training, so they design course for 1 week, like whole exchange server in 1 week.
Do you think that it can
1
be
week?
completed? Do you think that it can be
Yes,
completed in 1 week?
I don't think.
so
And what
so
was the fees for that?
I mean they are charging too much. I mean there is a very famous
So
company.
1 week,
So,
how many hours per day?
so 8 hours, like
Eight
morning
hours.
to
No, no, no.
yeah,
It's not.
So
Even
eight
eight
hours
hour
means
is
the 40. Eight
first
hours means the 48 hours means that means the same course. Like 8 hours means 48 hours. I think 8 7 8 the 56. I think it is, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
64.
No,
60
8 8
50,
64. 8 8 the 64. 8 7 is
Yeah.
56.
56.
Yeah, to see, but the 8 hours seems to be like something you are capturing and then filling, and then it's like overfilling.
no, it will not
I
happen
didn't
in
do,
8 hour. It means
actually I didn't watch
you have to take
any
off from
of the
your
video,
company. If
but
you are
they
working,
claim that you can cover. I don't know how it is possible because how they
Sir, I
if
mean,
design
you
this
are
course.
working people, how will do 8 hour per day?
No, no, I mean these corporate companies, they do dedicated trainings like
Uh-huh.
in the
In that
corporate
case,
sector,
yeah.
not
At
for
least
the,
so okay,
I mean,
2.5 hour per day. If you are taking up the 6 day per week, it's good.
Yeah, 2.5 hours seems to be fine. Okay, that can cover it
but I
within.
think we should have some time for the practice things. Like if we are, for example, working only the, you know, 2.5 hour or 3 hours every day for, I mean, but I mean, if it is hands-on kind of things like everybody is sync, then it is okay. But for example, you have to spare the time for the practice, then yeah,
See,
like in my,
the practice thing, if you are saying that, I do agree with you. But as everyone has a practice that once you learn something, once we all learn from in the classroom, the teacher gave us a homework to do homework and practice it. So what you all can do, you have a setup now. we are doing what we are doing in the session. You have a recording there. You can just recreate the same issue in your
Yeah, yeah.
environment and
I
do some
actually,
practice.
that's what I am saying, because once you got the idea, you can do this, and you have more, I mean, understanding at least to uh, practice or do the practical you're on your own. So yeah, this is
If you have the systems there and you have a two exchange, recording is there. Each and everything what we are doing here, you can do the things exactly in the same way, because till yet we are not connected to the internet. Means we are not sending an email to the outside domain, neither we are receiving it from the outside domain. Now that picture will come, but up to the till this, like 14 to 15 classes, that can be done on your own computer without any
Yes.
public IP or without any other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Totally agree.
so publishing exchange is not there, right, in the course internet.
Publishing, we published it. You mean to say that publishing exchange we didn't do, or that is not in the that is not in the course?
That that is not in the course. I am asking you.
No, we that is in the course, because client, when we did the client access thing and we published our exchange, because if you are able to open that mail.techijack.net/OA, that means it is published on the internet. We have a proper SSL certificate there. It is secured and configured to accept the connection from all over the world. It is published on the internet.
Okay.
So might be you might be missing that class, or at that time when we did that. So better to watch the videos for that. But we did that because it is published.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, sir. See you
Okay, sir.
Monday.
Thank you.
Okay, okay,
Thank you
okay.
for your time. Okay. Bye bye.
So let's
Okay,
meet on
thank you so
let's
much.
meet in Monday.
Okay, sir. Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night.